2018 was an amazing year for movies.
No kidding.
We saw some of the best comic book movies ever.
Yep.
We saw some of the best documentaries, some of the, by far one of the best animated features of all time.
Absolutely.
With Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Well, the Academy Awards, they rolled out their nominations. Black Panther, the first ever comic book movie to be nominated for Best Picture. That's a big achievement. There's
Not
a lot of
agree with
debate
that, but
whether or not it's quite deserved, but we're not going to get into that just yet. We're going to get into the snubs.
Oh.
These are the movies we think totally got the shaft this year
Big
with
time.
the Oscar nominations. There's a lot. I got quite a few. I just want to name just a couple.
Yeah.
The ones that I think are the big ones. Sean, I'm going to let you go first because I know you have a lot to say
I-
about one snub in particular.
I am not an angry person at heart, but I would be lying if I said I was not pissed to the brim when I heard that Won't You Be My Neighbor did not get nominated for Best Documentary.
Dagger through the heart.
Oh my God, are you serious? Like, I think that should be in the Best Picture category, let alone
agree.
Best Documentary. And then the fact that Black Panther got nominated for Best Picture over Won't You Be My Neighbor, I'm so angry.
Yeah.
My soul is burning.
Really? I mean, Won't You Be My Neighbor was one of my favorite movies of the entire year. That
Agreed.
movie was so emotional, so positive, so uplifting, and it was so successful.
Yeah.
I mean, it started on like 60 theaters. By the time it ended its run, it was in like 3,000 theaters
It was
worldwide.
the highest grossing documentary of 2018.
Yeah.
$22 million.
$22 million
Yeah.
for a movie that probably cost $1 million to make.
And you know what's interesting is half of the documentaries only premiered in 6 locations.
Wow.
So what does that tell you? I think it tells you that the Academy is a little bit snobby and they just want to be pretentious and not give light to something that was successful in the documentary category.
Well, I mean, if you think back in years past with movies like that hamburger movie,
Yeah.
the Big Mac movie,
Super Size Me.
Super Size Me,
Yeah.
the Al Gore movie about
That's true, too.
the end of the world.
Yeah.
Those won. They at least got nominated.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Why can't you give it to Fred Rogers?
I don't know. I guess the director or writer or somebody must have done something bad to the Academy.
That was
I
an
don't
absolute.
know.
That was an absolute heartbreaker.
That was horrible.
If you haven't seen Won't You Be My Neighbor, get your butt down to the Red Box and pick it up. Find it on Netflix.
Actually, it dropped on HBO at the day
Oh, sweet.
after they had the Oscar nominations. I think
Really?
they thought they were going to get a nomination, and they didn't.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
you can see
that's
Won't
an
You Be My
absolute
Neighbor
shocker.
on HBO.
Big shocker for me. And
What
one
was
of my
that?
favorite categories of the Oscars, of course, I'm talking about original song.
Mm-hmm.
How did Deadpool 2's theme Ashes not get a nomination?
Right? Celine Dion
Celine
got
Dion.
snubbed.
That song. Was a fantastic song.
I know.
Amazingly heartfelt, beautiful song. Wonderful video, by the way.
Yeah.
I saw the music video for Ashes. But that song perfectly set the tone for that film. Every time
Absolutely.
you'd see Wade go into the afterlife and they'd start playing that song, when you hear it in the opening credits and you hear it in the closing credits,
Yep.
fantastic song, Ashes by Celine Dion.
And it's Celine Dion, people.
And it's
Serious.
Deadpool.
Yeah, and Deadpool. Come on.
That really shocked me.
That shocked me,
And I'm not
too.
even joking. That song
Yeah.
was so good. I know they were up against some pretty heavy hitters. Kendrick
but-
Lamar's theme for Black Panther.
Yeah.
Obviously,
The Stars Born.
Stars
song.
Born.
Yeah,
That's gonna
that's
give
shallow.
Lady Gaga
Yeah.
the Oscar right now. But how do you not nominate Celine Dion for
I
Ashes?
know.
That song was great. A couple others, guys. I was really shocked that A Quiet Place did not get
Nothing.
any major awards. It
Yeah.
only got technical awards.
Right, especially following last year's Get Out with all the nominations that Get Out got. I mean, Quiet Place has the very same feel,
Yeah.
but no.
One of my
nothing.
favorite movies of the
Yep.
whole year was A Quiet Place, and it only got. Ironically, it got sound mixing for a movie that's totally
sound.
silent. The nomination you give it is for sound mixing.
That is ironic.
I mean, give them original screenplay. I mean,
Yeah.
it was an amazingly original idea.
Again, just like Get Out, I keep comparing it to that last year. I feel like it's in the same caliber, if not, well, definitely in the same caliber.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of Quiet Place, Emily Blunt totally snubbed
Yeah.
both for Mary Poppins and Quiet Place. I didn't see Mary Poppins, but I hear she really carried the whole film on her umbrella
Yep.
all by herself, and she crushed it in A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
0 acting nods for Emily Blunt.
Nothing.
That was a shocker. Bradley Cooper didn't get nominated as a director.
And A Star is Born is one of the top movies, like getting the most nominations at the Oscars
Yeah.
this year, and he didn't get the Best Director nod. It's
That
included in
really
Best
shocked me.
Picture.
It reminds me a lot of
Ben Affleck.
Argo.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was
when
just
Ben
gonna say
Affleck,
the
the
same
movie
thing.
gets nominated. I think it's only happened like 5 times in history
Yeah.
where the movie gets nominated,
And
but the director
does
doesn't.
not. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that was a shocker. I was kind of surprised. Hereditary, killer horror movie.
Yeah.
Toni Collette absolutely crushed it
Yep.
in her role in that film. She didn't get an acting nod. That kind of shocked me. Obviously that's not really an Academy style movie.
Yeah, but
It's really kind of a hardcore dark horror.
Right.
Dealt with a lot of religious subject matter that maybe the Oscars don't really want to
touch.
highlight. But Toni Collette crushed it.
I know. Can we just boycott the Oscars this year?
We can. They have no host. I mean, they're
That's
going
right.
hostless.
They still don't have a host.
They're going to go viewerless. It's up to
geez.
Chuckload of Comics. I was a little surprised that John David Washington didn't get a nomination for Black Klansman. Black Klansman got tons of nominations.
Right, which actually surprised
Kylo Ren
me.
got a nomination for a supporting actor, but you didn't
Kylo
give
Ren.
it. You didn't give it to John David Washington.
Right.
He crushed it in that
Yeah,
movie.
he did.
He brought his best Denzel Washington impression. His father.
And I'm kind of a little surprised at that one. I mean, I loved it. Don't get me wrong. It was a great movie, but I don't think it deserves to be in the Best Picture category.
Best Picture. Spike Lee got directing nod.
Unbelievable.
Kylo Ren got a supporting actor nod, which I love.
Yeah, that is cool.
So a lot of big snubs, guys. Let us know what you think. Leave us a comment. Let us know if you think we're totally missing the mark on any of these, or if we missed anything.
Yep.
But anyway, I'm still going to watch the Academy Awards because I'm hoping to
Yeah,
see
I
a
know.
trailer for Endgame.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
No, that's what we're watching the Super Bowl for.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
jeez.
might be some cool movie trailers in there.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the show with our C2E2 update.